In a land 70 miles southeast of Boston, on a show that's just too damn early, we're ready to break some legs.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to get back to it and break some legs. This, of course, is the Too Damn Early Show. Welcome. My name is D-Max.
I'm Dale Jade.
And we're back for another episode of Mayhem and Fun. We've had some interesting stuff happen this week.
But isn't it not? Oh, God.
Oh, goodness me. So, again, a couple of new members in the family in the sense that they moved in. More coming along the way. The house is getting packed. And you know what? That's fine. They're all people we know, love, and care for. So it's really not a big deal. And you have been sick, my friend.
I've been sick. I hurt my back. I've been sick with some sort of cold. But you know what? I'm here. You know.
Yep, and we're both wearing white today. Why are we wearing white? Because it was nice out. That's right, summer is here. And this past Memorial Day weekend, I gotta say, Cape Cod was flooded with people who do not know how to freaking drive.
Well, you gotta remember, you know, they're on vacation. Everything goes out the window. I mean, there's no left signals. There's no stop signs.
I saw people running stoplights. It was ridiculous. Yeah, wee!
Yeah.
It's the first time you run into a semi. I'm on vacation. Who cares about, you know, traffic lights or road laws? I'll tell you what.
If he hits a semi, he's semi-retired.
Semi-retired indeed, and semi-totaled, actually completely totaled, being their cars. I literally, like, on the way here, I went to go pick up Sexy Doug. By the way, that moniker is sticking, Sexy Doug.
There he is over there.
Yep,
I see him.
We see
him
Sexy Doug.
He ain't hiding no more.
We were driving here, and there was this little lady in, like, a Nissan Altima coupe who came in at this direction while we were going this way, and while we were coming this way, obviously seeing us, began to pull out, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Isn't that weird?
I know.
It's this new thing. I'm telling you, the past few years, I've seen people do it. Instead of waiting for you to go by,
they'll just go.
They'll creep up. Ooh.
Is that the sound of cars going by?
Ooh. Just creep up and go. Ooh.
What are they, ghosts?
They actually went by.
I'm driving my Buick Boomobile.
Creepy.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. So, as it is, we've had an interesting week. I personally have been dealing with just random stuff that's been going on. I took a week off just to get things situated at the house, get everything set and ready. And honestly, it's just been, it's summertime, so like stuff's been going on, and it's involved a lot of like celebration and, you know, going out and having fun, and I'm so burnt out. I swear. I haven't really been drinking too much up until this point, but there was just a lot of people who were in town and a lot of going on, and it's just
a lot of drink.
I'm done. I can't drink like I used to. I'm only 25 and I'm having like 40-year-old thoughts of not being able to drink anything.
We all said that at 25.
Did you all?
Of course we did. We all said, oh, it's 25, I can't have no more. No, it's too much.
Apparently. And there are still people my age. Hell, there's still people in their 30s that are still outclassing me in that regard. So I wonder what they're thinking.
So what are we going tonight to have a beer?
My beer hand is empty. Insert beer hand here. 1, 2, 3. Why did you fart?
I don't know. You lost your beer.
Oh, no. That's not okay. I'm gonna... Somebody get me a beer! I need a beer right now!
Where's my beer? Tell me where my beer is.
I want my Iron Brew!
I want my Iron Brew! I go crazy.
Hello? Hello, Moto.
You know what's fun about this?
What's about that?
The fact that I get to actually use this in a professional environment. Nothing is more satisfying than being able to have the authority to use a megaphone because you need to get the attention of kids. Because I'll have kids jumping around doing whatever, and I'll have to go over, I'll have to turn this on, and nothing turns a kid wide-eyed like a deer in the headlights like,
Hey, you, get off that.
scares the ever-living out of them. I've never seen wider eyes on anything.
The ever-living duty out of
The
them.
ever-living duty. Luckily, I don't have to diaper change in my job. Otherwise, that would be... I'm not really for it.
Just figure, I mean, I'm sure it rises every time you use the microphone. The kid's going to the bathroom.
Put the poop back in your pants and keep moving.
Have yourself a colostomy bag.
Yes, indeed. And in a lot of cases, it's just like God's telling them to do their natural reaction, which is to look, scream, and poop their pants. So it's a lot of fun. I like working with kids though, because some of them are the most funny people I've ever met. Like, I remember at one point or another, I was talking with one of my kids, and he asked me if I was okay. I didn't hear, "Are you okay?" I heard, "Mr. Dean, are you gay?" I looked at him and I was irritable at the time, and I'm like, "No, I'm not gay." And he's like, "I asked if you were okay." I was like, I just said that in front of a child. It was
You
bad.
should have just told him you had Tourette's. It was all good. I do that once in a while.
Ever so often, Mr. Dean just gets a little frisky with the language.
No more.
No more. No more. It is time to get down to business.
Our dirty.
Our dirty, weird, funny, interesting. It is our weird news, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to get right to it in just a second. And let me tell you, we got some good ones coming up this way. First and foremost involves a bit of an international story that I think is personally funny. I found this just on Facebook perusing around like I do most of the memes and articles that I find. And it is off of a website called earthlymission.com, and the title is Russia Wants Bulgarians to Stop Painting Soviet Monuments to Look Like American Superheroes.
I really thought it was, international, but it is more intertrashable.
Intertrashable. This is a report off of the Moscow Times that this took off of, and the pranksters that are in Bulgaria are repainting Soviet-era monuments to look like different American superheroes. And judging off of this, you can see people from DC, people from Marvel, like there's Joker holding an AK-47. For some weird reason, Superman has a pistol and is telling Captain America and Ronald McDonald to charge forward with an American flag. American vandalism in its finest. Let's make the Americans paint all over the Soviet era stuff just because America.
And you thought that was weird with a Superman with a gun? What about Santa Claus with a gun?
Santa Claus? Oh my gosh, and Santa Claus is in here apparently, which is that's a whole lot.
With a Tommy gun.
With a Tommy gun. We'll include the link to this article in the description below, or wherever it may be, depending on where you're listening. If you can't find it, you can check us out on the Facebook page. That's facebook.com/2dameearly show, and you can find this stuff. But the Russian embassy in Bulgaria has issued a note demanding that its former Soviet era ally clean up the monument in Sofia's Loznitz district, identify, punish those responsible, and take exhaustive measures to prevent attacks in the future. The news agency had reported that on Monday they are going to the gulags, they're going to have bedtime.
Yes, go to bedtime 6 o'clock at night and you'll go home and have no candy.
You said you go to bed 6 o'clock, no vodka. This is the worst punishment imaginable you'll ever know. I tell you now, you'll go to 6 o'clock bed, no vodka, spikes in your bed, go right up at very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
And the no vodka cause pain comfortable.
In Soviet Russia, monuments paint you.
The monuments paint you.
So that was a fun little bit of vandalism that I feel like everybody can appreciate. It's Soviet era stuff, and I understand its history, but in my opinion, this is strictly my opinion. It's the same kind of crap where people are honoring the Confederate flag by putting it everywhere. You were Soviet era Russia. You killed people for fun.
You killed them to use them as body bags. How do you hide a body bag when you know it's not a body bag?
Exactly. I hear that loud and clear. Yep, I agree. It should straight go into a museum. I'm having Tony in my ear. He's on vacation right now, so he can't exactly speak, but we hear him loud and clear, and he says, put it in museum.
put it in the museum. The body bag goes in the museum.
Take body bag, you put bottle in body bag, body happy, zip up, put over in historical exhibit. It's fine.
You go to exhibit, you see 17 different variations of body bags.
Yes, and then comes second coming, and then the guy gets out of the body bag. He have bottle of vodka. He all set.
You wouldn't believe it. One of them even has Bluetooth headphones.
Why does one of them have Bluetooth headphones?
Just in case you went dead, they can listen to a new song.
Imagine if like a Soviet era person was stuck in a body bag and revived in the second coming, and he comes up and is like, what the hell is in my ears and why is it playing Nickelback? How do I know what Nickelback is?
Only thing I know about giving Nickelback, I give him Nickelback. What a nickel.
This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. Russians on Nickelback, I can dig it. Not as much as I can dig the next story, which is just a wonderful continuation of the last one that we talked about, which is...
I gotta say one thing before we get off that. As long as it's not Russians on back of nickel.
As long as it's not the Russians on the back of the... Okay. Fair enough. You have good point.
Thank you, I do it. Thank you. Thank you. Musilov.
Musilov?
It's a Musilov.
Skeshnish. I don't know any Russian.
Kasanov.
It's just broken. It's no work.
Oh, just sorry.
Sorry. But in other news, we have other news. There is the continuation. Pardon me. I had to get the shkeshkov off of my tongue, whatever that might mean. Anyways, we were talking about another article, continuation of what happened last time on the Too Damn Early show. We covered an article similar. Man weirded out that someone broke into his house just to clean it. What is it with people on drugs breaking into people's houses, and they should just start a cleaning service at this point?
I'm sure there's gonna be something like this because you have, what is it, Amazon or someone has robots that come in and they drop packages, they open the door, they can actually open your door and do it.
I guess so.
I am terrified.
News reported that nothing was missing. But the beds were made, the rugs were vacuumed, the toilets scrubbed, and there were origami roses on the toilet paper rolls.
No way.
Yeah,
I would definitely
this
be
guy
done.
went his extra mile to really go for the distance, and I think it's pretty impressive. So,
Well, it's a ninja.
it is a ninja.
That is the cleaning ninja. He is in and out and he leaves you origami roses.
And this happened in our very own Marlborough, Massachusetts. Whoever broke into the Massachusetts home last week didn't take a thing. They did, however, leave the house prim, proper, and spotless. So, the guy's name is Nate Roman, and he was talking with the Boston Globe about the incident, and he just came home from work on May 15th, and he could tell someone had been in and around his stuff. There were a couple of things a little different, but the 44-year-old Roman noticed that the beds were made, vacuums rugged, rugs were vacuumed, and everything was just perfect with little origami roses on the toilet paper rolls. And it's one of those things you can't help but be a little weirded out when you come home and everything's perfect. But at the same time, like, I don't know why this guy's really complaining too much. I don't think I would have really said anything if someone came in and cleaned my house and then left me little origami roses.
It's a little perplexing to me because if someone actually did that, you would have to feel like someone was in and around my stuff doing what they were doing, and then they left it all. That's all I can say. It's just weird.
I get that, but like, you have the tooth fairy that comes in and takes kids' teeth. Santa Claus comes through the chimney, and then you have the origami rose pixie that comes in and cleans your house in the middle of the night when you're at work, or in the middle of the day. I don't know. It was probably middle of the
But
day.
they're so small, they slip right into the door.
Yeah, I wonder what they look like.
I don't want to know what they look like. If they can pick up big things that big, no, I'm good.
Just a big meth pipe just hanging on their ear, just like they don't actually look pretty at all. They're just kind of like, gonna clean the room, scrub the toilets, scrubby, and then just going off into oblivion, just like, and now for the little rose, just with this crazy look of the whole time, just like, little rose, gone.
I can't. And they live outside in some area with some mobile home cooking their crack.
And this is a first of the like to come into the particular area of Marlborough. As Sergeant Daniel Campbell states that the department has never heard of similar episodes in and around, and this is the first one, and there are absolutely no subjects. This is a drug-induced cleaning that the drug-induced got away with.
Let me tell you something. Someone had to either be awfully organized or awfully disorganized, because you know what? They could have been high on meth, came in, made a mess, and said, "Oh, they're gonna get me. I better clean up."
That is true. But Roman declares that he thinks that he left the back door unlocked, and he thinks that maybe a housekeeping service went into his home by mistake. So maybe somebody lost out on their house cleaning.
Housekeeping!
Housekeeping, you want towels?
Housekeeping, want to clean bed?
Housekeeping, you want pin for pillow?
Housekeeping, want to clean up?
You want it cleaned up? Housekeeping, you want rose petals and toilet paper?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the cleaning fairy strikes again. Except this time it is not a crack-induced lady. It is indeed somebody entirely different. But that is not even the least of it.
One more thing again.
One more thing. One more thing.
Did he count his underwear?
That's a good
Usually
question.
they go in and they need a pair of underwear when they go out because they eat all the spicy food.
I'm taking this is payment.
Oh, this is my payment. Nice whitey tighties with a stain on them, my favorite.
I'm taking 2.
You take 2. The next one has a yellow stain on the front.
I like the yellow stain one. I take 3.
It's lemon.
They got chocolate too.
Oh, don't say they've got strawberry because you don't bleed down there.
I like strawberry.
Ew.
That's not strawberry, it's raspberry.
That's raspberry.
Raspberry. I take clean one. It's too gross. I put it back.
That's what's clean. I opened it up and I seen another stain underneath the stain.
Ew. I'm taking the drawer. I don't know why he's Russian, but apparently he's Russian. I sneak into their home, I take the underwear drawer and I take it with me.
So where do you go with all this stuff, buddy?
Well, we are going higher and higher, my friend, because we have a political statement that we need to put forward that I couldn't help myself when I heard of. So Rush Limbaugh, a popular conservative commentator, is apparently afraid of lesbian farmers.
And now let me ask you a question. I think it's because when they start to arm wrestle, his arm gets snapped because they actually can work and they're tough.
Well, particularly Rush Limbaugh was commenting on something that it was a USDA program called Rural Pride. Rural Pride. We're real proud of our ruralship. Not bashing any of the farmers that make our crops and that take care of stuff. I lived in Minnesota, for goodness sakes. So I can't tell you how much of that is devoted to farmland. And they're cool people. I still have friends that are farmers as of right now. Hi, Bill. So it's okay. But that being said, Rush Limbaugh is afraid of lesbian farmers. His analysis is that first off, the Rural Pride is looking to improve the lives of the LGBTQ people living outside of the metropolitan areas. And his analysis is that the program is an attack. It's an attack orchestrated by the Obama administration.
Oh my. Mr. Obama, I'm sorry if you're trying to help people who have work that don't usually have normal work.
Mr. Obama, come and get your healthcare plans and all of your rural pride that are giving the gays the advantage in the fields. We're tired of you, Mr. Obama. Take your stuff and leave. Treat it like a Walmart. Get your stuff and get out.
I think he was a little more overwhelmed because he's seen a couple of lesbians walking down the road with overhauls on.
And holding hands.
They were overhauling each other.
What does that mean? I don't want to know. I don't want to know what I mean by overhaul. Good lord! This is on what Rush Limbaugh is calling the last conservative bastion in rural America. During his broadcast that he had going on, he read the headline from the Washington Free Beacon, "Feds hold summits for lesbian farmers," and observed, "I never knew that lesbians wanted to get behind the horse and plow and start buttering."
Why did they have to have that, what he said? Oh. It's just the way it sounded. I never wanted him to get behind the horse and plow, you know?
Save a cowboy, ride the horse plow. Oh my gosh. So, and Limbaugh's comments occur in very much in the context of the election season, which is right around the corner, and the right is struggling to find any sort of traction on the LGBTQ issues. I wonder why.
One would say Limbaugh is not too limber.
No, he's not very limber. I hear he's soft and squishy.
Soft and squishy is good, rough around the edges.
A little rough around the edges. So Limbaugh lamented in attempts to increase trans access to homeless shelters and higher levels of educational attainment amongst lesbian and gay couples. But that is, as much as you can lament about that, it's a thing.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, you just don't stop it by saying I don't want it no more.
Mm-hmm. Recent polls show that not only do most Americans support same-sex marriage nowadays, surprisingly enough, times change. It happened from the 50s and it keeps going on. Ever since rock and roll, we've been redefining culture. So the wedge issue of the 2004 election, the majority of the Americans oppose restricting transgender access to public restrooms, which I think is silly. If you have to go take a pee, go take a pee. I can't tell you how many times I've been ushered into the women's bathroom just because it was available.
This is my thing. So, they used to have a third bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
It made it easier for people to deal with it. It was not that they did an extra thing for extra people. They're trying to make more people comfortable. All three sexes comfortable.
There's only, I heard to somebody that there was like well into like the decas, you know, like tens of different genders.
Oh, there is, but it's hard to put people in these genders though because people are so different.
You know, I understand the sense of identity. I get it. At the same time, though, I have a very hard time knowing that there are like 50 different genders out there, and that's a little bit of what can be considered a conservative comment out of me. I'm not against it, but I think it's a little hard to keep track of sometimes.
Well, the thing is genders do not just pop up overnight, you know, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, you don't get 75 genders. Oh, 74 came yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Now, even further into this article, according to a Professor Colin R. Johnson, author of Just Queer Folks, Gender and Sexuality in Rural America, Rush Limbaugh's comments are more over and no facts or understanding of rural history and what has transpired. Excuse me. A little bit of morning coffee.
Gassy.
The gases.
If you're gassy this time in the morning, do not go near the gas station.
You can just go next to my car and open up the little hatch, and I need gas all the time. No, think this pays? So, anyways, the reveal of the political manipulation of the rural people in general during the election season, which of course, was what Rush Limbaugh was kind of doing, using it almost as like a propaganda aspect to be all like, look at these lesbian farmers. This is an attack on rural conservatism. Which isn't even a word, I think.
Oh my. They're trying to get growth, and he's thinking they're being attacked.
Well, then he goes on the other end, and he's like, why don't the gays love me? Tell me why the gay people don't love me.
Because you sound like you're weird, and nobody can snuggle up next to you.
Rush Limbaugh, you're getting old. Just hang up the anger and retire already. You're rich enough to go and buy a golf course. Just go live on it, for goodness sakes.
You buy a compound and stay there all day, all night. 75 years.
Yes, indeed. Now, crazy aspects happened on this show, and I gotta say, things got even crazier as it went on, in a good way, as our next T-Des Bumps is coming up.
Oh, nice.
Yes, sir. So, and this is a friend of ours, and really appreciate the fact that he submitted some articles. Master Smooth, clever name. That's SMOOV, Master Smooth, and he's come up and he's given us a song, and we're gonna play it for all you to enjoy. And I can't wait to hear this. He's an old friend of mine from high school. Tony and I knew him for years, and we're happy to welcome him onto the Too Damn Early Show as Master Smooth, and his song The Smoothment. So check it out, and we'll be right back with you in a little bit.
You've made fun of his spelling. You called him a con artist. You suggested he wet himself backstage at the last debate, along with other vulgar jokes and jabs.
The breakfast sausages?
He referred to my hands. Look at those hands. Are they small hands? They're small. Something else must be small. I guarantee you.
Trump Day!
Only on the Too Damn Early Show.
Shalom.
Здравствуйте, приветствую вас.
Hola y saludos a todos.
تحياتنا للأصدقاء في النجوم.
各位都好吧，我们都很想念你们，有空请到这儿来玩。
Siyanibingelela maqhawe, sinifisela inkonzo ende.
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
Master SMOOV, fighting hunger in my youth. I grew up smashing ramen bowls, like Naruto. Mama had to penny pinch, dividends was nominal, but now my goals is lining up like dominoes. Trying to start that new mental movement, call it chronicle. People say I got a big head, had to tell them it's astronomical. This that new drug shoot up, start to feel it in your follicles, hit you in your abdominals, irises dilate, muscles vibrate, and you kinda float. This a different kind of whoa. I have seen past what your eyes see on the daily. Can't explain it, it's crazy and probably self-incriminating, but I can't contain or sustain all this energy I've created. Spitting nuclear fission, leaving faces ablated. It's like ever since the playground I knew that I was face down, so I'm rolling with my dogs. We get it bustin' like the Greyhound ride with us on this interdimensional trip. Get stripped of your sanity, Master Smooth, making hits for humanity in a
spaceship zooming on the way to save my humans. Get this music moving, but it's more than just amusement. Check the smooth print, this that new revolution. For all of those that tuned in, welcome to the smooth spaceship zooming on the way to save my humans. Get this music grooving, but it's more than just amusement. Check the smooth print, this that new revolution. For all of those that tuned in, welcome to the smooth.
It's like I'm mighty morphin', major spike in my endorphins, heightened senses, taking in information from every source. I'm painting bigger, more vivid portraits. The picture gets enormous if visuals get distorted. Listen to this recording. Know you going through things and you've been battling demons so much that they know you by name. Try to hang on the weekends and you cut them off. They text and call, their messages seep into your mental inbox. Sometimes it gets so hard to delete. Intellectual tweak, I'll help you defeat them. Just follow me. Mean it's time to redefine the way we think. I'll rhyme and sing till minds align and sync. You'll climb to reach your prime and find your peak, then leap into the stars. Crash landing in my city, I'm from Brooklyn Park. I grew up across the street, beat my chest on monkey bars and go bananas on the beat. And when the jungle gym gets dark, I'm swinging high up in the trees. I'm just playing my part, so come inside with me. I'm riding in a
spaceship zooming on the way to save my humans. Get this music moving, but it's more than just amusement. Check the smooth print, this that new revolution. For all of those that tuned in, welcome to the smooth spaceship zooming on the way to save my humans. Get this music grooving, but it's more than just amusement. Check the smooth print, this that new revolution. For all of those that tuned in, welcome to the smooth.
Okay, I'ma be positive. Word to my blood type in every single proton. I'ma shine like a photon. I'm your daddy, you Gohan, and I go on like the chain reaction that happens when I split atoms down to Higgs boson. Explosion, it's a big moment. We have been chosen. It's the motion. Lend a helping hand and we can fix what's broken. Exposure, spread the light around and try to shift the focus. Wish I could mix up a mystical potion and give them doses liquid hope. I would rip it open and sip it slow, then drip it over any individual who's tired tired of the typical. Relying on reality is ritual. We can manifest the magnifico. All we need is compassion, more understanding, and basic respect. Trying to make music that makes a difference and makes us connect. Working together is the fastest way to race to success. You thinking way too plain if you chasing the jet. Hop in my
spaceship zooming on the way to save my humans. Get this music moving, but it's more than just amusement. Check the smooth print, this that new revolution. For all of those that tuned in, welcome to the smooth spaceship zooming on the way to save my humans. Get this music moving, but it's more than just amusement. Check the smooth print, this that new revolution. For all of those that tuned in, welcome to the movement.
Thank you for listening. I honestly don't know how to mix or master. I just be trying to put my art out there. But like, I honestly feel like Minnesota is up next.
Believe it!
The Too Damn Early Show.
And that was Artides Bumps. Big thanks to Master Smooth for putting it through. And I gotta say, it bumps.
It does bump.
It does bump.
And it was smooth.
It was very smooth. That being said, I'd really like to just commentate a little bit about how he goes about his lyricism. You know, he was very detailed and descriptive, and he never really even swore once.
Well, to make good music, see, back in the day when I was younger, there was a guy called, I don't know if we can talk about it.
What?
But his name was Acrobatic. He was the only rapper that didn't swear. Guaranteed you'd be like, wow, that guy can rap.
Definitely. And I gotta say, Master Smooth is right on that same course, and I hope to God he makes it somewhere with this.
He knows him.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, obviously you've heard of him, but that was a big time.
Mm-hmm. He just says he wants to put his art out there. I hope that people hear his art and they go, we want more of this, because we sure do here at the Too Damn Early Show. You can check out Master Smooth. That's Master SMOOV on not YouTube, pardon me, on Facebook and SoundCloud. Give him a listen. He's collaborated with a couple of other artists that we know, and he's really good. I enjoy his music, and I will continue to listen to him on SoundCloud whenever I'm bored in the car. So
well, the one thing I liked about that song was he was talking about real world today.
Yeah.
And problems that we're actually dealing with, you know, and I think it's important to do that stuff in music because if you can put it out there easily without being invasive, more people will listen to it.
Exactly.
You know?
And, you know, I know Master Smooth from high school, and let me tell you, he was just as real of a dude as he is now back then. And dealing with Master Smooth has always been a whole lot of fun. We actually reconnected a little while ago. I was still living in Minnesota, and I came into Tony's apartment one day, and he was just sitting on the couch, and I'm like, hey, man, it's been a couple of years. So it was a fun time. So to you, Master Smooth, we thank you, and we hope to feature you again in another T-Des Bump. So keep that in mind. Thanks very much for everything. We appreciate it. So, and moving forward, we have more to talk about coming up, and I gotta say, I'm excited for this. We definitely put some good work into this, you know. What's wrong with you?
You didn't hear that?
No. Hear what? Is there something weird going on in my audio feed? What are you talking about?
I heard it lightly.
What was it?
I don't know what it was. Is it supposed to do that?
I don't know. Is it supposed to do that?
No, I don't know.
Well, speaking of which, that is our new segment coming up. Is it supposed to do that? Where we cover all the different mechanical mishaps that have happened all over the planet for the past who knows how long. And we're going to count down our top 4 favorite mechanical mishaps known today. And starting with number 4, the faulty Soviet warning system that nearly caused World War III. So the Soviets almost started World War III due to a computer bug. In 1983, the Soviet early warning system let out a red alert of an imminent ballistic missile strike from the United States. This naturally would have caused panic for the Russians and almost made all those crazed post-apocalyptic fantasies and that hormonal teenagers and doomsday preppers wet themselves over possibly becoming a reality. Luckily, Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov, very Russian that, saw the alert and had an odd feeling. about the warning. Luckily, our Stanislav Komorad realized that the alert was a total misfunction due to a bug in the system that was ironically supposed to keep things like this from happening, particularly caused by satellites picking up sun reflections off of cloud tops.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy how much the sun really kind of affects things, especially when you get in the space aspect of it, involving anything going into space.
The sun is very bright. I mean, think about it. You got sitting bright in there it goes.
Yes, indeed. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Is it supposed to do that?
I don't think it's supposed to do that.
I don't think it's supposed to do that.
It's
Moving
not
on.
supposed to say we're going to have a bomb coming. There's no bomb.
Yeah.
Should have been a bomb. There's no bomb.
It was the bomb, but there was no
the
bomb.
And then it was a bottle of vodka. Sorry.
I'm taking this bomb and I'm leaving.
Here he goes again. He's leaving.
And my name is Chekhov. I'm a Russian burglar. I take things and I take underwear as payment for cleaning houses. But today I take the bomb. Mine.
He takes everything, but he never leaves.
Nope.
Leave.
Oh, hold on.
Take the leaves.
Aha. Can't forget the coffee cup. That brings us to number 3, which is the AT&T network collapse of 1990.
Oh my.
So in 1990, the telephone giant AT&T had one of the biggest mechanical oopsies of that decade. In what must have been the most awkward mass in history, 75 million calls were dropped or unanswered across the United States due to one of the craziest mass mishaps in telephone history. A single switch at one of AT&T's switching centers suffered a minor mechanical issue that caused a complete shutdown of that center and caused calls everywhere to just drop off a cliff. But wait, there's more. After the catastrophic failure was fixed and rebooted, it sent out a message to all the other switch centers on the network, causing them all to shut down and reset. This was the cause of many millions of panicked Americans as they realized their phone service took a ride to the pearly gates. People were blaming hackers at the time, but it turned out that it was due to a strand of code. Aside from the many sweethearts getting a buzzkill over the lost connection after a no you hang up.
No, you hang up.
No, you hang up.
I already hang up. Why did you hang
Why
up?
don't you hang up?
Oh, I already hung up. I can't hear you.
Beep. I'm sorry, but your call could not be requested right now. Requested.
Hi, so I was trying to call that number and I couldn't get a ring on that.
Boop. I'm sorry, but AT&T service is not available in your area.
Have you ever heard that before?
No, I haven't.
What I'm saying to you?
No.
So back in the 80s, if you would have made a phone call on a payphone and it didn't go through, you'd be like, hi, yes, I was trying to call that phone number and I didn't get a ring on that.
Oh, I imagine no one got a ring that day, so... aside from the many sweethearts, of course, getting the buzzkill, airplane titan American Airlines paid nearly as much as a small fortune as the bug caused them to lose out around 200,000 of their phone reservations for flights, leaving folks realizing, oh, that's not supposed to do that, is it?
That's not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to get 20,000 phone calls.
Yes, unfortunately, not today.
Now I get one bad kapuse.
Kapuse?
Kapuse, you say.
Who say you say, Kapuse?
I know, so you say.
Don't swear at me like that.
There it went.
That brings us to the next topic, which is, of course, the number dos. This is number dos.
Tres.
Is it tres?
Dos.
Dos X?
Dos X.
Is it dos X or tres X?
Cuadros X.
That is number 2. The explosion of Ariane 5 in 1996.
How fun.
So, the industry behind markets is a marvel. People fill these gigantic engine tubes to the brim with fuel and then watch it literally rocket off into the sky.
Rocket Man!
Rocket Man! I don't know the rest of the words. I should be shot. Anyways, one can only wonder how many times one of these crazy thrust machines straight exploded, right?
I only could imagine. I mean, it would be a big boom.
A big boom.
Big boom.
Big boom. What was your sound for boom again? Well, in 1996, an unlucky bunch of Rocketeers had such a malfunction happen to them. Europe's state state-of-the-art satellite launching rocket, the Ariane 5, was prepped and ready to go. The high-tech at the time rocket was about to make its maiden voyage out into the cosmos with all the confidence of a stout Olympic sprinter ready to book it across wherever.
Imagine.
Takes off like a bullet.
There it went.
They're gone. This flying titan would take one of the biggest face plants it could ever have the misfortune of planting as the rocket suddenly self-destructed 36.7 seconds, got it down to the decimal, after launch. In what must have been the most horrifying firework that ever set off, the rocket met its death due to a computer malfunction. The computer had overloaded when it attempted to convert some data from 64-bit into 16-bit, which if you are any sort of computer nerd, you know that 64-bit to 16-bit, that's a lot of data to go through, and you're trying to stick a very large file into a very much smaller format. And of course, this caused the computer to be overloaded when it attempted to convert the data, which shut down the guidance system in the rocket. Well, since rocket scientists tend not to be idiots, they had put in a second guidance system to take over if the first one had lost its mind.
So they knew it had Alzheimer's.
Oh yeah, they were prepped for the Alzheimer's.
But then what happened to the other one?
But then the computer suffered the same fate milliseconds before due to a similar error. And this led to a large-scale investment exploding into equally large amounts of disappointments and failure. And needless to say, rockets are not supposed to do that.
They are not. I actually met a guy a while back, and he was part of the first program that sent rockets in the air.
Oh, yeah?
By hand.
Like little hand rockets?
Little hand rockets. They used to send them into the atmosphere. Part of NASA's first space program.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing to think about. And that brings us to number one, the most debated amongst the TDES staff article that we had, and honestly my favorite to boot. Number one being the Toyota and the infamous acceleration problem between 2009 and 2011. This comes from our very own Tony Lee, who had wrote this, and I gotta say I'm excited to...
What's wrong with going fast, though?
What's wrong with going fast when you can't stop? You know what they say, flying is easy, landing is hard.
No, what's wrong with that? I want to go fast without stopping either.
All right, Sonic the Hedgehog,
Look at my hair, I match them. Come on.
Hey, whoa! Gotta go fast.
Yeah, man, I'm going.
Yeah, man, I'm going fast. Gotta go fast.
I just stick my head out the window and go.
Too easy. Fast. You're not as fast as me, Knuckles.
Go easy there, Tails.
Let's face it, Sonic and Tails have an interesting relationship. Getting into this, Toyota has a history for making some of the world's most reliable vehicles. Most of their original Japanese import models are still on the US roads today. Believe me, they are coveted. An AE86, anybody?
What is it?
Initial D, the AE86.
And that's a Toyota?
Yeah, it's the Toyota AE86. That's the drift car from Initial D.
I never seen that.
Although it was in Japan. Getting back on topic, even just the knowledge would have dumbfounded most upon the initial unraveling of the runaway accelerator debacle. The recall went down in a number of phases for a multitude of reasons. The initial recall in 2009 was to address the floor mats that would become out of place and sadly depressing. The accelerator pedal. You know, pop a couple of Xanax for that one, if you ask me.
I mean, Matt was trying to help you go fast.
Oh, yes. You'd figure that they would have called it a day, but they had not yet truly discovered the actual cause. They had later decided their data has identified a sticking mechanism in the accelerator pedal. Why would they put a sticking mechanism in there?
Because they wanted to get stuck.
They just want all of the gas pedals in the world to be depressed. Sad gas pedals everywhere. I could go fast, oh fine.
Let's say it. I have to say it one more time. I don't mean to go on about it, saying why did they put a sticky thing in it? Because they wanted it to get stuck. That's so bad.
Sticky wicky accelerates into traffic.
Here we go. You can't go nowhere.
You're going to hell.
Fast.
So, getting back in. Pardon me. Ugh. They had later decided the data had identified a sticking mechanism in the accelerator pedal, inevitably sending a little under 2 million customers back into traffic with a car that had all the consistency of an angsty teenager.
Oh.
I'm gonna go, I'm gonna not. You can't tell me what to do. Shut up, Dad! I'll go if I wanna. We're going now. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. I'm there now.
Gotta go fast. Whoa, I'm not gonna listen to you, Dad. I'm an angsty teenager Prius. I'm gonna go fast.
No, I want to go there now.
Go there now.
5 seconds now.
Hi, man. I'm a Prius, and I think that you're full of crap, Dad. I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm gonna go fast.
A Prius. An electric car that goes 195 miles an hour. It's Prius times 9.
Prius times 9. Prius 9X.
Goes 175 miles
The
an hour.
ultimate in gas-saving economy at 195 miles an hour.
You actually get rid of the gas out of the car to go fast.
Anyways, back to the article. Already the recalls had affected nearly 11 million vehicles worldwide. And it must be a similar thought process as a patient with a chronic illness returning to the doctor on a regular basis, even though they know it's never going away. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, wow, reading's hard, man. It's fundamental. It's fun for mentals, but it's hard. Completed their investigation and had initially agreed with Toyota's resolutions. That is, until they heard Toyota vehicles were still aspiring to be race cars of their own volition.
So one would say that was a gift that kept on giving.
Yeah, kept on giving gas until you swerved into oncoming traffic.
I need to hit this tree to stop. Dang.
The NHTSA also enlisted NASA's help in all this, when you know it's bad if you have to enlist the astronauts.
Yeah, and they're out of this world.
Astronomical, one might say. Officially recognizing that this shouldn't be rocket science. Between the two organizations, they had both still agreed that it was a mechanical and driver issue, but it was also discovered that some dealerships employ some pretty petty subpar mechanics. So, and yet none of these stopped any potential litigation. Toyota was eventually sued in 2013, and the plaintiff claimed that the electronic throttle control system was to blame because the operating system installed couldn't handle a lot of information and would grow so large in size that it would overwrite itself. It was growing quite large, that one.
Wow.
It's getting bigger.
Don't give it any water. It's a mogwai.
I'm a big code now. It was also said that a single bit flip that can be caused by cosmic rays may be to blame. Sure, I bet radiation could corrupt data, but it sounds pretty funny implying that the sun is EMPing just Toyotas like a solar celestial terrorist. I'm pretty sure that the sun isn't supposed to do that.
So wait, it was EMPing out the jewels.
Yep. I'm the sun, I'm gonna take a pee on your Prius and it's gonna go woo!
And it's gonna go bye.
Oh, that is solar power to the wrong extent.
Oh, I would say so.
That is the Lord above going, Toyota, you have wronged people by lying. I'm going to smite you by causing all of your Priuses to go off into the distance.
Usually Prius is supposed to be saving gas, this and that. I mean, you know, in one trip, fuel gone.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're gonna have good fuel economy for the rest of your life. He's going the distance.
He's going for speed.
I
know that too.
I can't remember.
He's running, he's all alone.
He's running and gunning and all on his own. I'm gonna butcher this song. I'm gonna stop so that nobody comes to my front door.
Actually, the name of the song is called The Distance.
He's going the distance. So that was our fun little bit for. I really enjoyed writing articles this time around.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was a lot of fun.
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
My neck. Would you hear something?
I think. Oh my gosh! Yeah, that was a scream.
Okay.
That was a scream, all right.
Okay.
Is that what you were hearing?
It's a screamer.
He's a screamer, all right. Sounds awfully cinematic and in motion. I don't know what to think of this, but I guess this means that it's time to go to our final little bit. It's time for our game.
There's always a game.
What's that noise? Oh, I get it, producers and your silly content. What's that noise? So this game that we're going to do, Oh, it's gonna be... I'm not looking forward to this just because I just read the punishment and it looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. So what we're gonna do is we're each going to we're gonna get a sound effect that we're going to have to deduce what it is together to figure out what's that noise. So, and we can choose the same answers or different answers just depending on what we think is proper. So the punishment that I am told, and I was told this time, is this guy's quite nice. I don't understand what it necessarily means, but one of us is getting lemoned.
Lemonade snicket.
That doesn't sound like something I want someone dressing up in a disguise to say to me. It's like, you're going to get lemon today.
Or is it limey snicket?
Limey snicket. Going to get limed today. You put the lime in the coconut and come back to my place. Scary. Absolutely scary. So, oh my god. What the
You look like a sleeping Mario. He's dreaming of big meatball.
Oh my gosh. If you're curious about what we are laughing at, you can go to the Too Damn Early Show Facebook page and we'll post a picture of it as to what's that thing that's distracting D-Max and Dahlia Jade? Because that is one interesting good guy.
I do not look like the guy from Dodgeball.
You're gonna have to go to the Facebook page and check it out because you gotta see.
I look like white.
Anyways, back to the game.
You're killing me.
So we're gonna listen in, and Tony Lee or somebody of the sort, Doug or Tony, are gonna play a sound for us, and we're gonna try to figure out what the hell it is. What's that sound? So, alrighty, you guys ready for this? I'm ready for this. Let's get this started. That's definitely an ad.
Ooh, doggy.
Gotta love YouTube advertisement, right?
Yeah, no.
I don't like my YouTube advertisement.
I don't like
any advertisement. I don't like it. It's not bothering me.
I like
upset.
If I want to go wipe my hands, they give me nothing to do.
They give me nothing to do except play chess and run around and slap.
Flapping. Flap, flap.
Okay, is that the sound?
Yeah.
Okay. Technical difficulties. Everybody sing. It's the technical.
One would say you got the TDs.
We got the TDs. Ew, that sounds like a disease.
I know.
Dog is developing a bad case of TD. Okay. Sounds like some sort of slapping. That's it?
Yep.
Jeez. I'm gonna have to go with somebody like tapping on the microphone, maybe? That's the best guess I got.
Sounded like a pencil tapping on the desk.
All right. Should we call that our final guess?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. What was the sound?
Someone tapping on the can.
Oh my gosh, I was close. It just wasn't tapping on the microphone. It's just tapping on the bollocks.
Should have had a little less drink in that. You could have heard better.
All right, so that's a loss for both of us. Next up, give me the next sound.
Loser. I'm a loser.
I'm a loser.
You're a loser.
You're a loser.
I'm scared.
We must kung fu fight.
Get
away from me.
Here comes this way. You see how fast? Don't mess my mop.
Hair is very poofy.
Don't mess my mop.
Lightning works.
YouTube ads. Our favorite. So, who is this? Who is purring? Specifically, who? Interesting. I'm gonna guess Brock. It's Brock. Yep, I'm guessing Brock is the one that's purring.
I was thinking Napoleon Dynamite.
Those are two very different answers.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Cardi B.
It's Cardi B. Ah.
She should stop purring. She doesn't sound like a kitten.
No, she sounds more like a predator. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that topical? Oops. All right. Let's do the next one. That's two down where we got it wrong.
We're gonna get so lemon.
We're gonna get so lemoned.
And we're lime.
I want to get chocolate lemon. Okay, so we're guessing who it is and what they're eating.
Okay.
YouTube ads are really, really dumb. YouTube ads make me really, really bum.
Oh my god. I'm at the club in my head. Why does it keep bass in my head? I've got a headache.
Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow, ow.
Good texture. It tastes a little like the long line that I waited in to get this.
All right, I think I know who this is. I think I know who this is. I'm gonna guess Ryan Reynolds. That's Ryan Reynolds.
No better than me. I don't know. Let me hear it one more time.
What are they eating? Crapola. What is he eating? A lighter? He's talking about butane.
Want to hear it one more time?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's play it one more time so we can catch this correctly.
Good texture. It tastes a little like the long line that I waited in to get this. Amazing.
All right, because I think it's topical, I'm gonna go with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool eating a chimichanga.
Okay. So I have no clue. Go at it. I have no clue.
He's got a no answer.
Jenna Marbles playing with a lighter.
Oh, that was Jenna Marbles? Sounded like a dude.
So we both lost.
So we both lost. We're both gonna get lemoned at this point. Oh no.
So we got last two?
Let's do the next one. Bring it on, Sexy Doug. This is the time that we stand by and wait for the YouTube ads to stop. Okay. What is that? That's a motorcycle. I know what that is. What is making that noise? It's a good question. I don't know.
It's a xylophone.
I'm gonna guess a cell phone.
Final answers?
Yep.
A washing machine button.
Unbelievable.
What? How?
They must all make different noises. Each button.
Samsung, why must you make everything beep? Goodness sakes. I'm gonna have a toaster oven and it's gonna be by Samsung and I'm gonna use it in 30 years and it's gonna go beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. I believe that. Alright. Let's get on with our deaths by lemon. So it's who is this and what's going on? It's like some dirty ASMR. It literally sounds like Marge Simpson eating a sandwich.
That was actually Marge.
How long does this go on? You think you know?
Is it Marge and Homer kissing?
That's a good one. Ooh. I'm gonna say it's definitely Marge and Homer kissing. I'm gonna go with that because that seems smart.
Yeah? Yeah? I was right?
No, wait.
Oh, I was gonna say damn!
Final answer?
That's final answer.
Wrong.
Oh.
It's Yoda eating a burger.
It's who?
Yoda eating a burger.
It's Yoda.
I can't.
With his parents doing what downstairs?
Oh my.
Where do these people come up with this junk? Ugh, son of a bitch. Yoda, stop eating burgers when my parents are arguing. It's not the time for that. Actually, no, that's the perfect time to eat a burger. Oh, mom and dad are arguing again. There's your ASMR for you. Enjoy that, viewers. That was me eating an imaginary cheeseburger. I will come up with my ASMR line later on in the never. So, alright, I guess that means we're both getting lemoned.
Okay.
Alright. Stand by for punishment. Because we're masochists, and that's what we do. We go through this for you. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check us out. We'll be back in a minute.
It's always about something.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the moment you've all been waiting for. We are both getting lemoned.
Not limed.
Not limed.
Put
Here
your lime in
comes
the
Sexy Doug.
coconuts and your lemon all about.
Whoop.
You put the lime in the coconuts and your lemon all about.
See how Sexy Doug was? That was some sexy placing. All right.
Why is my lemon half rotted?
Yeah, it's got grimy on it.
Rotted.
All right. Ready for some real ASMR stuff? Ew. All right. Let's do this. Get nice and close to the microphone. Let's do this. All right, on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1.
That was the most intensive lemon eating.
I just lemoned all over my pants. Oh, my teeth feel so acidic.
You love it.
I have acid reflux this
lemon your face.
Oh, I'm not going out to karaoke with this stain.
Why you don't love this thing you carry?
I just wanted to give him a lemon. I don't understand.
You bought a lemon car and you ate lemon.
Love lemon. I don't love lemon. Although
I
that
ravaged lemon.
Chewed the hell out of that, right?
You even ate the scene. So.
All right.
Lemony. It's a living.
Pucker up, because that's the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us. You can check out the video podcast on Facebook and YouTube. Just type in the Too Damn Early Show. You can also check us out on Instagram, also at Too Damn Early Show. Podcast downloaders such as Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, and Google Play Music. I'm having a little bit of acid. Excuse me. And you can also check us out on Podbean at toodamnearlyshow.podbean.com. And of course, you can also check out our Twitter at 2DamnEarly.
Oh, the vitamin C breath over here.
Oh, an inspirational quote for you guys. Just remember, life is like a box of chocolates, except not. You know, it's a box of chocolate. It just has different flavors and maybe with a few nuts.
May I say one thing about that? Life is like a box of chocolates. You don't want lemons.
Life is like a box of chocolates. There's at least a 1 in a million chance someone might have pissed in your chocolate.
It tastes like lemon.
So thank you to all of our listeners, Cape Cod and beyond. I'm D-Max.
I'm Dale Jade.
And you've been listening to the Two Damn Early Show. From all of us to you, good morning. Catch you later. Hot in here, so take off all your
It's
tits.
hot in here. I want to know why.
I fatted.
It gets a hot, hot here. Oh my God.